What's up, you guys? So today we're talking about Simone Biles and the strained relationship she has with her biological mother, Shanon Biles. And as you might know, Shannon, her mother, has struggled with addiction and had to make the difficult decision to give Simone and her siblings up when Simone was just a toddler. And so now, years later, Shannon is asking for Simone's forgiveness as Shannon continues to work at Save-A-Lot, and Simone is one of the greatest gymnasts to ever do it. So we're going to get into that in this video. But first, if you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and everyone click the thumbs up button. All right, you guys, so a little bit of background on Simone. She was born in March of 1997 in Columbus, Ohio. And her childhood was unstable due to her mother's struggles with drug and alcohol addiction. And her mother was dealing with some serious drug issues that made it impossible for her to provide a stable home for Simone and for her siblings. And so by the time Simone was just 3 years old, her and her siblings were placed in foster care. And so her mother has been very open about how hard it was to let her children go, but at the same time, she felt like it was her only option. She was in and out of jail, and the addiction had taken over her life. It wasn't just casual use. It had taken over her life. She wasn't able to provide for Simone and her siblings, and she wasn't able to be there at all, according to her. And so Shannon's father, Ron Biles, knew this, and so he stepped in and adopted Simone and her sister. Ron Biles and his wife, Nellie Biles, decided to take in all four of Shannon's kids, and they wanted to give them the stability that they needed. Eventually, though, that family had to make some choices, and Simone and her younger sister, Adria, were adopted by Ron and Nellie and moved with them to Texas. But the older siblings, Ashley and Tevin, were adopted by Ron's sister, Harriet, and they stayed in Ohio. So this was a big turning point in Simone's life. And she talks about how being raised by her grandparents saved her life. It literally saved her life because they provided the love, support, and stability that allowed her to become not just a great gymnast, but a strong person, period. And so her mother, Shannon, has been sober since 2007, according to her. And she's expressed a lot of regret for not being able to raise her daughter. In interviews, her mother has talked about how she wishes she could have been there for Simone and how she longs for her forgiveness. But it's clear that Simone's strongest relationship is with her grandparents, her adoptive parents, Ron and Nellie, and she has said that is who she considers her true mom and dad. But I wanted to talk to y'all today because Simone Biles' mother, Shannon, recently did an interview with the Daily Mail after Simone's history-making Olympic performance.
How do you handle the fact that this is brought up every 4 years?
I'm over it already. I can't keep dwelling on it. Whenever she's ready, and I'm here. I want her to be able to come to me and say, okay, let's have a sit down, because there's some things I want to know. So I just have to have patience. I want to let her know that I love her. I'm very proud of her, but I'm just still waiting, I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have. I don't know what you've been told but I want you to hear the real deal. I was an addict. I will always be an addict. But there's just a way that you have to learn how to stay away from people, places, and things, and change your routine and just change your life. Live your best life. If I need to know anything, I'll call my dad. Hey, Dad, what's going on with Simone? How's everybody doing, He keeps me posted.
So you don't have like a direct number that you can even reach out to her?
I do, but I won't.
Why not?
I want her to reach out to me. She's 27 now, she's married. I would like to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her.
So you guys, as the child of an addict, I can't help but wonder why the parent would want the child to reach out first. Why would Simone have to be the one to reach out when she's not the one that messed up the relationship in the first place? She wasn't the one that was supposed to be the responsible person. She was a child. And I also want to know if y'all think this is a paid interview for Simone's mom. That part is also bothering me. I understand she needs money, like she works at like a discount grocery stores, save a lot. So I understand she needs money, but at the same time, I'm sure this embarrasses Simone. So it's like she's getting paid to embarrass Simone. So the Daily Mail reports that Shannon racked up a string of debts and for years has lived in the same corner red brick row house in the crime-ridden neighborhood of Franklinton, Ohio. And according to a Chapter 7 bankruptcy petition filed in October of 2018, Shannon said she didn't have $1 to her name and just $34 on a prepaid card. And her only assets were 2 unusable cars. And she also claimed to have like homeware, electronics, clothes, shoes, and jewelry worth up to almost $10,000. But she claimed that her home was worth just under $10,000 at $9,684. And then she owed $14,000 to 21 companies, including medical and financial services, shopping websites, and a almost $4,000 student loan. And according to Franklin County Municipal Court records, Shannon has faced court action 36 times for various misdemeanor traffic cases and criminal cases. And in January 2020, she was found guilty of assault just 4 years ago and given a 180-day suspended prison sentence and probation until January of 2022. And as far as Simone's biological father, his name is Kevin Clemens, and he lives in Cleveland, and he has no contact with his daughter, and he has struggled with his own addiction problems in the past. Shannon is still in touch with him, and she said he too would love to build a relationship with Simone. And I bet he would. Shannon said, quote, "We both want to see her. I talk to him all the time. He says, if you talk to Simone, give her my number. I'd love to talk to her. But I can't even talk to her. I have to go through my dad." She said, quote, "I want to let her know I love her and I'm very proud of her, but I'm still waiting." She said she has her telephone number, but she's never called it. And she feels that the outreach has to come from Simone. She said, "I can't keep dwelling on it. Whenever she's ready, I'm here and willing to receive." Y'all, this is killing me. I'm sorry. I know people make mistakes, but sometimes, well, all the times, you got to deal with the consequences of your mistakes. You have to deal with the consequences no matter how big they are. And if the consequence is your daughter becomes rich and famous and doesn't want to talk to you, then that's just the consequence. Anyway, she claims to have a direct number to Simone, but she says she won't use it. She said, "I want her to reach out to me. She's 27 now. She's married. I would have liked to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her. You can't push anybody. It hasn't happened yet, but I have patience. I'm waiting on her." Y'all leave a comment. Let me know how long y'all think she's going to be waiting. How long do you think she's going to be waiting on Simone Biles to reach out to her? Leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about it. As always, thanks for watching.
Layla.